Lesson 2-6, Scientific Notation. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to write large whole numbers in scientific notation and write numbers expressed in scientific notation as whole numbers. Here is today's vocabulary word, scientific notation. That's an expression of a number as the product of a power of 10 and a number greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. Remember to pause this so you can copy down the definition as you need to, and then you can finish playing the video when you're finished copying this down. Now let's take a look at today's lesson. Scientists use scientific notation as a more compact and useful way to write very large or very small numbers. The sun is about 93 million miles from Earth. To write the number in scientific notation, you can express it as a product of two factors. One factor is a number greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10, and the other factor is a power of 10, such as 10 squared, 10 to the third, and so on. We will use the distance from the sun as our example. So we have 93 million miles. So in order to write this in scientific notation, we're going to move the decimal point to the left to get a number greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So we're going to go over here. We've got just zeros and we've got zeros. We're going to stop right here at between the 9 and the 3. So now we need to count the number of places that we move that decimal point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 places moved. So let's put our decimal in right there. So the power of 10 will be 10 to the 7th power times the 9.3. So this number right here is greater than or equal to 1, but it's also less than 10. So let's take a look at another example. So we have the number 185,000. We need to move this decimal over so that we get a number that is, remember, greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So we're going to move over here. If I move it here, it's 18.5, which would be greater than 10. So we need to go over again, right here, to the 1.85. So I'm going to write that down. 1.85 times, now we need to figure out our power of 10. Let's count how many times we moved the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We moved it 5 times, so it's going to be 10 to the 5th power. And that's how we would write that in scientific notation. Let's take a look at one more number. So we have the number 4,064,000. So we need to figure out where we're going to move that decimal to get a number that is greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So we start over here on the side and we're going to count that over. If I stop here, I have 406.4, so that won't work. If we stop here, we have 40.64, which won't work. Here we have 4.064, so that's where we need to put it. So I'm going to put my decimal down, 4.064 times, now let's count how many times we moved that decimal over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. So it would be times 10 to the 6th power. So that's how we would write that number in scientific notation. Remember, the key is to make sure that you're getting a number that is greater than or equal to 1, but less than 10. Feel free to re-watch this video and rewind it and take notes as you need it, and have fun with today's math lesson.